Altai. Aktau, the city in the southwest of Kazakhstan, the regional center of Mangistau region. From 1961 to 1963 the settlement Aktau, from 1963 to 1964 the city of Aktau. From July 1, 1964 to September 13, 1991 city were called Shevchenko, in honor of the Ukrainian poet Taras Shevchenko who was in the middle of the 19th century here in exile.
Emergence of the city became result of the Soviet Union accepted by a management in the early 50s of the decision on creation of a nuclear board of the country with participation of the Ministry of Average Mechanical Engineering and under control of the Minister Evan Slavsky of the time.
The city was built from scratch by the master plan developed by the Leningrad Design Institute, within development of the new young cities of the Soviet Union. As the curator, the architect Mikhail Levin spoke on behalf of Institute. As the city forming enterprise, the Caspian Mining and Smelting Plant, CMCS, which included extraction of uranium ore, her processing and enrichment was constructed. The network of the enterprises of this complex provided the main production with chemical reagents, nitrogen and the sulfuric acid plants, the heat electric power, water, combined heat and power plant, -350. The city infrastructure providing accommodation of people in the waterless desert was constructed. City building was carried out by the Caspian Management of Construction, CXC, under the leadership of 50 N. Tomaszewski. Aktau has no natural sources of drinking water. The city is completely provided with the processed seawater.
Fresh water is produced from a highly mineralized natural source by her dilution by the distillate produced from seawater in industrial multi-case vaporizing installations.
Samovars.
For water supply of the city and the enterprises, the industrial desalters using secondary steam with combined heat and power plant,
including reactor on fast neutrons of the -350 now stopped and muffled, which was the CARD-M first ever atomic desalination installation were constructed. Waters in Day. C. Mangistau nuclear power plant. After the collapse of the USSR of Aktau, generally it became the center of development of oil and gas fields as old, open in the 20th century and new. Zhetabi, Kolomkas, Karazambas, Atombay Sertiubi, Omasha, Komsomol, Northern Buzachi, Karakudik, Tokin and Armand. Aktau submits the settlement of Umirzak. In 2018 the 5th summit of the Caspian states, part in which was taken by presidents of Kazakhstan, Russia, Iran, Azerbaijan and Turkmenistan, was held to Aktau. The city is on the bank of the Caspian Sea. On the region of Aktau embankments and beaches extend.
With drinking water, the city is provided by the MAPE water desalination station at which the produced distillate from seawater with low mineralized artesian of the Kalias field. As near the city there are no natural sources of drinking water is prepared and mixes up.
The climate is desert, droughty with very hot summer. The average temperature of January is +1.4 C, July of +29 C. In the summer temperature can reach +45 C, soil heats up in the sun to +70 C. All vegetation demands watering.
For the beginning of 2020, the population of the city minus 183,097 people, as a part of the territory of city Akamat of 187,690 people.
Transport. The International Airport of Aktau. The airport is at distance of 25 km from the city. Transport connection with the airport, the shuttle bus and the taxi. Seaport. Bus transport. Taxi. The railway station in the city is absent. Trains come to the Mangaslak station. Between the city and the station Mangaslak buses no. 105 and the taxi, distance minus 20 km. The port of Aktau is located on east coast of the Caspian Sea and is the only port of Kazakhstan intended for international transport of various dry freights, crude oil and oil products. Creation of peripheral industrial centers and also the interests of strengthening of defense capability of the country of the former Soviet Union demanded the corresponding transport service, in particular, of the sea message. The ferry through the Caspian Sea, Aliat Aktau port, is a part of the international project, Silk Way. Ukraine, Georgia, Azerbaijan, Kazakhstan, China. Laid bypassing the territory of Russia.
For transportation of products of the uranium industry and oil fields of the Mangaslaksky region in 1963 the port of Aktau was built.
Later the port played a significant role in construction of the B-350 nuclear reactor, the plants of the chemical industry and directly of the city of Aktau. Goods turnover of port makes 16.8 million tons. In a year, there are plans for increase in goods turnover up to 20.5 million tons. Site of Aktau is the beacon located on a house roof that is in the 4th residential district. Also since 2018 a special rocky track on the seashore representing a track from boards in several kilometers with multicolored LED lamps, a wooden handrail and a set of benches was open for residents and tourists. In Aktau, the most extended pedestrian coastline in Kazakhstan, which length is about 5 kilometers, is located. One of sites of Aktau is the Mangaslaksky Experimental Botanical Garden. The beach season in the city lasts since the end of May until the end of August when the sea heats up, average water temperature in the sea plus 18 C. In the city there is a set of modern recreation facilities and beaches. Near the city of Aktau the sea the most part of year cold. There are 2 theaters. Dolls and musical and drama movie theaters. In Aktau nightlife is developed. There is a set of nightclubs and cafe. Every year from 2012 to 2016 in the city there passed Aktau Open Fest. This action of entertaining character which lasted 3 days. Usually on August 27, 28, 29. Directly on the seashore with songs performed by some of the most popular singers of the Sisis and the region. Sport. In the city the football club, Caspian Sea, and basketball club is based, with the name, Caspian Sea, of the same name among the population are developed the sources and specified 243 days sports per fishing Aktau, Federation of Underwater Sport of Mangaslak region, freestyle wrestling, boxing, judo and beach volleyball. From combat sports there is also a kung fu, karate, bach, mai melt, army hand-to-hand fight, kickboxing, grappling wear, office of a pancration. First secretaries of a city-town committee. Zakharov, Viktor Kuzmik 1964-1971. Fativ, Nikolay Evsevich 1971. Also far. Write comments. Read comments. Interesting people will tell interesting stories. All of good mood and good luck.